everybody, welcome back into the Color Gemstone Academy. I'm your host, Paul Deasy. Before we get into today's question of the day, I know that as I go through all of these, there's a lot of you have responded and asked questions, or just some of you just wanted to thank me for the content. So I didn't want to leave you guys out from participating or hearing your name read. So I'm going to give you a couple of those maybe each day before I get into the question. All right, so the first one is going to be a comment from last Friday's lesson, which was March 3rd. And this is from Jane Smur, and she says, even though I have seen this, some of this before, I always feel like I learn more. Thank you. And really that's thank you for that. Jane, you're very, very kind to say that, but I will also say that I am always amazed, no matter how much schooling I've gotten from the Gemological Institute of America. I've met a lot of miners in my day, and I've gone to a lot of actual gem mines, and I'm always amazed at what I've learned that I never learned before when I'm out on the road. So it is a lifelong journey of learning, Jane, and I think I'm really appreciating that you like that. All right, so now we will get to the official question of the day in 15 seconds. Okay. So welcome back into the Color Gemstone Academy. I'm Paul Deasy, your instructor. We have another great question today that I'd like to get into, and this is from, this is from a lesson or a question I did where somebody said, should I store opals in water? Okay, so this comes from Redstone, and he asks, I recently purchased one, an opal. How should I store it? So a slightly different question than should I store my opals in water? Well, this is a really, really good question, and I think a lot of people get confused about opals still. And I am a huge opal fan. The first piece of jewelry I ever made for myself, or had made for me, was my opal cufflinks. But you may have remembered from some of the previous lessons I was talking about opals, and whether we're talking about an Australian opal or a Ethiopian opal, opals have a certain amount of water in them. The content on the Australian opals is a little bit less than those that come from Ethiopia. Those are actually called hydrofine opals in Ethiopia. And in the case of the Ethiopian opals, you can actually lose or gain some water content in those depending on, that's why sometimes people will store those in water. But as a general rule of thumb, and if you learn nothing else about opals, I want you to remember this. People say, do I have to worry about them? Are they going to crack? They talk about crazing in the industry. Usually once an opal has been cut and polished, that gives that a little bit of protection because it's not going to be as porous as, let's say, an Ethiopian opal would normally be. So how do you store them? Opals love to be worn. I wouldn't put them in a safe or a vault somewhere. And my only rule of thumb that I've ever spoken to people about with opals is don't put them in like a climate controlled like bank safety deposit box, or maybe a safe where there's absolutely no humidity whatsoever. Because if you are in a completely humidity-free environment, you could have a slight risk that you're going to lose some of the water content that is in that opal, which means you're not going to have the same performance of the play of color, because that's one of the things that contributes to that beautiful play of color of the opal. So the great rule of thumb, and everybody just, if you remember nothing else about my lesson on opals, wear them, enjoy them, and just don't put them somewhere like I said, a safety deposit box in a climate-controlled bank, and you should be just fine. Oh, don't forget, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button because it's absolutely free, doesn't cost you a dime. You hit the notification bell, and every time we have a new lesson, you will be notified of that, so you won't miss a thing. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.